Hey guys, what's going on? It's Ash here coming at you today in Clash Royale, and a lot of you guys have been requesting me give my opinion on the update. It's been a week. I've had time to kind of assess and digest what we got into the game last week, so I wanted to give you my thoughts today. What we're going to cover is obviously the Goblin Giant. We're going to talk about trade tokens, about the new level system, and then I kind of want to transition into the future, what I want to see in 2018, what I think the state of the game is, and then what I want to see long term, like 2019 and 2020. So let's go ahead and rewind and bring us back to present day and start with the new card. We have the new card, Goblin Giant, we have trade tokens, and we also have the new level system in the update, which overall was, let's be honest, let's not kid ourselves, it was kind of a smallish update, right? I mean, there wasn't a major new feature, a very minor new feature in the trade tokens. But let's start with a new card, Goblin Giant. It's not a lazy card, as some people said in the comments, because it's cool that the Spear Goblins are invulnerable, targeting anything behind the tank, or in the tank, or on the tank, I guess. So that's cool, but man, just like I kind of predicted, I know some of you guys disagree with me, but respectfully, I think the new card sucks. I'm not a big fan of the Goblin Giant. Strength-wise, there's just cards that do what he does better. It feels to me, given his hit points, that he should be a 5 elixir card right now, but I would advise you guys unlock the card, maybe trade for the card, or at the very least still play the card, because if I was a betting man, I would say that Supercell, maybe not this next month, maybe not October, but probably November or December, will give him a pretty significant buff and make him meta, similar to the Royal Hogs, how they weren't viable for the first couple months that they were introduced to the game. So I think in the future I can see him being that annoying OP card, but for now, very underwhelming, not a big fan of it. It almost feels like there should be a Dark Goblin back there instead of 2 Spear Gobs. In the Spear Gobs, they rarely present any value, even by used by pro players after the fact. Mostly, whatever killed the Goblin Giant is just going to go ahead and kill those Spear Goblins. So not a fan of the new card. Trade tokens, on the other hand, I'm a huge fan of. I see a couple tweaks that I will recommend, but let's start with the positive. Trade tokens are awesome. They finally give you guys, the players, the autonomy to upgrade the cards that you want to use. Now, you have to find a willing trade partner, and that's proven to be difficult for some, but part of the reason behind that is because of the availability of the trade tokens. So on the good side, it's just awesome. It's awesome that you can, even me, I am almost max. I've already made 4 or 5 trades that I'm really happy about. It's gotten me almost a max Mega Knight, which is really exciting. And I've been able to focus on Giant Snowball and Royal Hogs just by trading some of my better common and rare cards that I already have maxed out. Now, everybody has a different situation, but let's talk about the availability. And, you know, we don't know the odds right now on pulling these tokens. I wish that Supercell would share those with us, but I think the reason they haven't yet is because they're still tweaking those percentages and seeing what makes the most sense. My feeling is there shouldn't be 4 rarities of the trade tokens, and I thought a lot about this before I presenting the idea to you guys, because I wanted to make sure I wasn't just, you know, pandering to you guys. There shouldn't be rarities and there should be unlimited trade tokens. Nah, it's not about that. The idea here is that you want it to be easier for players to upgrade epic and legendary cards. And for that to happen, I think there should just be 1 rarity trade token. Now you might be saying, Ash, 1 rarity trade token? Well, everybody's just going to trade legendaries only, you idiot. Well, the truth of the matter is the discrepancy between rarities is already built into the feature. That's why we can trade up to 250 commons. Maybe that number should be higher, maybe it should be lower, but whatever that number is, that should be built into the system, and it already is. So 250 commons, we have 50 rares, 10 epics, 1 legendary. You shouldn't need different rarities because that's already, that discrepancy of the rarities is built into the number of cards you can trade. So the last issue, and this is probably the number 1 reason I don't think there should be rarity tokens, is that it makes it more difficult to find a willing trade partner. Now, obviously, you only need 1 trade token per trade, so that is good. You should always be able to find a partner as long as you have that token. It would just make it way easier because it'd be way more people with just trade tokens in general, which they could use to trade any cards they wanted to. If you can't work out a deal for that legendary you want to unlock, maybe you can work out a deal with your buddy for for a common that he wants to upgrade and that you want to upgrade. So that is my opinion on trade tokens. What do you guys think about that? Do you think I'm off base in the no token rarity, or do you guys agree with that? It's something that, again, I put some thought into before I shared it with you guys, but I'm still not 100% sold that I am in the right here. I think it'd be better with one rarity trade token, but I'm not 100% sure, just to be transparent to you guys about it. So all in all, trade tokens, awesome. Love them. Maybe they could still tweak them a little bit, maybe make them available in some things other than just war chests, if they're not going to make a one rarity token. But that is my opinion on trade tokens. Now, the new level system is something that I anticipate most of you guys, based on the comments in the last 2 or 3 or 4 videos, are going to strongly disagree with. So be easy on me, guys. Be easy on me. I'm very sensitive. I kid, but I don't have a problem with the new level system, and I know that's a very unpopular opinion, but I'm committed to sharing my true opinion with you guys, whether it's popular or not. And the reason being is I think that the new level system, albeit I will grant you, it is incredibly confusing and weird and strange to see a level 12 legendary and think, wait, is that max? Or okay, it's not max, but I think we'll get used to it, and I think the new system actually does make a lot more sense, especially if we never knew about the old system. If we're just starting today, I think this one in a vacuum makes a lot more sense. There's 2 similar features in the new system, or 2 similarities between cards. They all max out at level 13 and level 9 tournament level standard on all cards. In the old system, the only similarity between every card was the level it starts at. Only one out of the 3 factors: the starting level, the ending level, and the tournament level standard. Now at least we have 2. Granted, the starting level is different, which is a little confusing too, but I think 2 out of 3 is better than 1 out of 3 in a vacuum. I do think that in 6 months we'll look back and we'll say, wow, I can't believe we used to play with those freaky, funky, weird-ass card levels, you know? Like, legendaries are tournament level standard 4, and they max out at 8, but rares are 11 and 9. I think this will make more sense in the long run, but hey, maybe I'll be proven wrong. Maybe in 6 months you guys will still be complaining about the new level system. Now let's talk about the general scope of the update. Again, guys, as I said in the opening, I don't think this was a game-changing update. Not by any stretch of the imagination. Let's be honest here. It was pretty small, and that's kind of typical, I think, to when Supercell comes back from their summer holidays. I'm hoping for a bigger feature in the winter update in 2018. Although the update was good, I don't have any complaints. I think the trade tokens were great, and that was really the main kind of crux of the update. I am looking for something bigger. Now, this is around the same time. For those of you who don't know, I've been YouTubing here for about 5 years now, and the first few years I was covering Clash of Clans. And about 3 years into the lifespan of Clash of Clans, I started feeling the same way as I'm feeling right now, almost 3 years into the lifespan of Clash Royale. And that is, I want the team, and this is just my opinion, and I care, and I love the game. I care about the game here, but it's just my opinion. But this is kind of the vibe I feel, you know, just me personally. I want the team to be willing to take a chance on adding another major feature into the game. In Clash of Clans, about 3 years in, we had Clan Wars like a year and a half ago or so in Clash of Clans. Now I'm going back in time here. But we were always hoping for that new thing, like, okay, let's have a big raid feature. Let's have, all kinds of stuff that at the time, I forgot half the stuff that we wanted. But I feel like I would love to see a new competitive game mode that is not card level dependent added in the winter update, okay? I think that heroes seem like a really cool idea, but I'm not so interested in heroes in the game. Again, personally, some of you guys might love heroes in the game. Me, I think heroes could be really cool. I'm not saying I hate the idea. It could be very well done, but I'd rather see a bracket system where you can enter in and be put into a bracket with 16 other people, just like you're a pro, playing in a pro bracket for rewards. You can choose the type of bracket you want to enter into, and then you just play for prizes. I think that's very simple, but I think it'd be very popular. And then in addition to that, I think the best part of CRL by far, for those of you who aren't watching, I'll include a link to their YouTube channel below. I watch pretty much every stream. I've only missed a couple, and they're really entertaining. But for me, the best part by far is King of the Hill. That's basically a best of one, but both teams select 3 players, and then it's just one loss and you're out. So theoretically, the first player going could sweep the entire team. And I've covered a few CRL kind of highlights where pros did sweep the entire team. Now, how cool would it be for you in 3 or 4 or 5? It doesn't matter. You could really do like as little as 3 people and as many as 10 people to enter into a King of the Hill or a gauntlet type challenge in Clash Royale, where you just go and you go until there's nobody left standing on one of the sides, one of the teams. It's a very, very basic concept, but it would be so much fun. In my opinion, even more fun than Clan Wars. And I guess, you know, as I said, it's my opinion, but I think that would be amazing. I would love to see features like that, a new competitive game mode. That's what I'm really hoping for in 2018 in Clash Royale. And moving on here, guys, I have to address Clan Wars and the paywall, and then this video will be over. It's going to be a long opinion video. Oh, man, Ash. Come on, let's go fast. Let's go fast. So Clan Wars. Clan Wars are going strong. I like Clan Wars. I think they're a great addition to the game. However, I still have a little bit of an issue with the card leveling system on War Day. To me, it was a little cheap to add in that, oh, by the way, on collection day, you're going to be fighting and battling to upgrade your card levels. And just a side note, just a little side note here, guys, is that you can't use the cards that you leveled up unless you have them at that level in game. Nah, I mean, doesn't that, when you say it that way, doesn't it seem like, no, that's not cool, man. That's not cool. So yeah, that's my problem, right? I think they should remove that, honestly. Like, what is the point of collection day if the free-to-play players in your clan or the people who just aren't high level or they just started playing the game a couple months ago can't even use the levels that you worked so hard to upgrade, right? I don't have a problem with anything else. Even collection day, I'm happy that they have the tournament level standard modes now, so I don't have any gripes there. As long as there's always at least one tournament level standard mode on collection day, cool with me. But when you get into War Day and you're like, wait a second, everything that you just did, no. You gotta go upgrade those. You gotta go buy some legendary chests, man. Or some legendary King's chests. So that's my only problem with Clan Wars. Otherwise, it's still it's an awesome feature and cool, and I like it, right? And then the paywall. I'm really happy with the last 2 updates. 2 updates ago, they added like 50% more gold into the game. That was amazing with the addition of the emotes as well, right? So the emotes allow them to add a ton of extra gold, and that's great. Last update, they added trade tokens and even more gold in the war chest now that they're every other day or at the end of every war. So I'm really pleased. Those are, I've been critical. I also should give credit where credit is due, because I said in the state of the game at the beginning of the year, if you guys want to go back and watch, that they needed to help free-to-play players and help every player, not just free-to-play players, but every non-max player out there. They need to make it a little bit easier to get gold to upgrade your cards, to get cards that you want to upgrade, trade tokens and the gold update. But Rumham, in my interview with him, aka Seth, he said that the next update will have more free-to-play or paywall fixing type elements to it. So I'm excited to see what is coming next. The big thing that I think is missing, and I wish I could start the video out on this point, but it wouldn't make any sense, but it's the challenge tickets, or challenge tokens. Let's just go with the same exchange, right? So, or the same currency, rather. Challenge tokens are going to be huge. Now, I say are going to be, that's totally, I don't have any inside knowledge, but I think that challenge tokens would be amazing. What is it? Basically, out of chests, as a rare drop, you get a free entry into a classic or a grand challenge. That's it. Simple as that. Now that is going to solve so many things in the game. Let me start out by this. Number 1, it gives players a way to farm up their levels and their account. Going back again to Clash of Clans, you can farm all day, every day if you want to. Just wait for those troops to cook up, right? In Clash Royale, there ought to be a farming mechanism, and I think this is the solution. That brings me to my point number 2. It incentivizes players to play ladder because they want to keep their chest cycle always full, always going, because they want to unlock challenge tickets or tokens, and then they can use the challenge tokens to keep them playing and farming up their account and go back to ladder, and it's just like this beautiful cyclical kind of thing that you're building into the game to get players playing more on ladder and in challenges. That brings me to point number 3, is it makes challenges easier. And the more players means more bad players and more average players and more good players, to be honest, but there's more bad and average players, in my opinion, than really, really good players. And right now, the only players playing Grand Challenges, for the most part, are really good players. So watering down, no offense to people who don't play Grand Challenges, but you get my point here, watering down that player pool makes it a better experience for everybody and makes it easier to get further in a Grand Challenge, ergo easier to upgrade your cards. So it fixes a lot of things in one little added thing to the game. Now, let's be honest, where are they going to make up that income? They're injecting, if they did challenge tokens, they're injecting a ton. They're injecting a ton of cards and gold into the economy without getting any money back. How is Supercell going to make money? I know you guys are all worried about Supercell making money. It's the number one comment I get is, Ash, how is Supercell ever going to make money? How can they maintain their $1.5 million a day? So the answer is very easy. It's just tower skins and troop skins and keep moving in the direction of charging for cosmetic advantages and not charging for competitive advantages, which ought to be kind of the principle of the game, especially since when Clash Royale was introduced to the universe, to mobile gaming, there wasn't a lot of like Battle Royale games and games like that. There was a couple MOBAs, but that's about it, that didn't have the same monetization system. So this is kind of when the game was introduced, this monetization system that the game has right now, that was kind of in vogue. Right now, though, it's all about the skins and stuff like that. And games like the Battle Royale games and other MOBA games have proven that that is a very viable and incredibly lucrative monetization strategy. So I would really encourage Clash Royale team to keep trying to move in that direction as quickly as possible. So guys, that's all I got for you. I tried to keep it under 20 minutes, just barely, but man, this is a long one. Guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'd love to hear what you think about all the things that I talked about today. Thank you so much for joining me. Huge shout out to Bren Chong and Royale, my YouTube partners. Check out their information in the description below. Thank you, and as always, take care, guys.